Good afternoon, Twin Flame Tribe. This is Johan Conradi. I'm bringing you another video on this lovely afternoon. This afternoon I'm going to talk about the runner-chaser dynamic within twin flame relationships. First and foremost, let me say, I know there's a lot written, said, speculated about the runner-chaser phase within twin flame relationships. I look at it a bit differently, and I'll tell you why. In essence, twins are polarities of each other. It's one soul incarnated into two bodies on the earth plane for the sole purpose of ascension, and that singular soul drives like a puppet master, drives the actions of the two twins through manipulating their egos into bringing them together, separating them, maybe bringing them together again, experiencing each other's in very unique ways through telepathy, dreams, constant feelings. In my case, I felt my twin since the age of 8, so basically for my whole life. She was there for me during times of very, very hard abuse as a child. Where I very often felt I wanted to die. I didn't want to be here. I contemplated suicide at the age of 8. I didn't want to be here. And then I started feeling this other being. And she gave me hope. And I knew it was a she. I knew what she looked like. I knew what she sounded like. I knew that she would be English. And I'm Afrikaans. So yeah, it was profound, but I felt it. And you know, as I learned about twin flames, and after all I've gone through in the dark night of the soul, and us separating, and you know, we basically followed the twin flame blueprint to a T. You know, I've learned that all of that was my soul, and her soul, same soul. It was my soul that was manipulating the situation for the purpose of its own ascension. We've lived here on the earth plane for many, many iterations, and now it's our time to ascend, and so I've orchestrated these events to fulfill these soul contracts with the people we've contracted with, and to actually, you know, to come together, to break apart spectacularly, to trigger that process of ascension. And, you know, yeah, I am today a twin flame coach and mentor on the other side of it, helping you guys through that very difficult process, and therefore my life purpose has been revealed. But to get back to the runner-chaser thing, now, so runner-chaser, very often they define it very sort of two-dimensional. There's a runner twin, there is a chaser twin. It's always the same. The runner is overwhelmed by the relationship, the intensity of the connection. They feel fear, they're overwhelmed. They disconnect and they run away. The chaser is obsessed. The chaser is realized the importance of the relationship, is obsessed with the twin, can't let go of them, chases them obsessively. This is all true. But make no mistake, this is true. This happens. It happens every day. It happens out there right now. So yes, it does happen. But my take on it is that both twins are runners and chasers. I mean, like in the case of me and my twin, we both disconnected from each other a long time ago. You know, it was like way before she actually left the relationship that we disconnected. And we tried to reconnect, but we couldn't. So in a sense, we were both already running before she actually physically ran away. So yes, you know, I think it depends on where you are, it depends on what the soul brings you, it depends on what's required for ascension. It depends what is required for you to actually wake up. Your soul orchestrates you into a corner. It backs you up into a corner where there's absolutely no way out. And it uses these means of obsession about your twin, being addicted to one another, meeting the best version of yourself and then the worst version of yourself in the very same person. And it orchestrates all of this so that you can wake up and ascend. It's a horrible process. Make sure if you've ever been in a situation where you're the the chaser twin or the divine feminine twin or the positive polarity twin like I am, you are deeply obsessed. You know, you go through months and months of pining and crying, and you can't get over your twin, and you think of them obsessively, you feel them, you dream about them, they talk to you, you talk to them. It's craziness. You lose weight, you can't eat, it's just a mess. Similarly, I mean, I can't speak for my twin. I haven't spoken to her since she left. You know, she's gone. She's gone. I don't know if she'll ever come back. I don't know. But at this stage, it doesn't really matter because I'm in the process of ascension, so it doesn't really matter. Now I woke up, I smelled the roses, I learned the lessons, and I'm actually fulfilling my purpose on the earth plane. So I can't really say what's up with her or not up with her. You know, I believe that as I'm ascending and as I'm growing and as I'm living more from that soul space, you know, she is, I'm sure in her own way, growing and you know, becoming more mature and realizing many things about life and letting go of the ego, you know, and the fear and all of that, and I'm very happy for her. I mean, I love her unconditionally, I love her with my whole heart, and I always will. It's not to say that I am now obsessing about her and wanting her back in my life at all costs. Absolutely not. At this stage it doesn't matter, because I know that we are one being, we one soul, two bodies, doesn't matter, one soul. I have found that soul within me, so I have found her. I found the best version of us, actually. So it really doesn't matter, and I wish her all the happiness in the world. But the end of it is, you know, this runner-chaser dynamic is like hell to go through. But it is through this process of obsessing and chasing your twin, through this process of the divine masculine twin running away from the divine feminine twin. Remember, this has nothing to do with gender. It's all about the energy, right? So in running away from your twin, you know, they also learn certain things. The divine masculine twin, they're also part of this ascension journey, even though you might be separated at this stage. Yes, and you know, the sooner you surrender, the sooner the running and chasing will stop. And I don't mean that the runner will stop running and come back to the chaser. No, that's not what I mean at all. I just mean this whole concept that there is a runner and the chaser will stop. It won't matter anymore. The whole purpose of running and chasing is surrender. Done. That's the purpose. It is your soul that wants the two egos involved to surrender, to say, you know what, I'm not in control. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've done everything I could. I've chased my twin to oblivion. The runner twin have hid to oblivion, burnt their phones, you know, turned their back on the world, hiding in a room somewhere, done everything. The purpose is surrender. The moment that you surrender to your soul. Now your soul is a divine construct. It is a monadic construct of God. It is the divine in you. It is like the Holy Spirit within you if you're a Christian. That is what it is. It's your soul. It's that divine spark that defines life within you. Without the soul, there is no life in your body. There is no life in your mind or ego. Without the soul, it's just a puppet. There is nothing. And that is what surrender means. It means that the ego, the body, everything that I'm doing as I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm not in control. My ego, my mind, is not in control of anything. Not in control of what my twin is doing today, or what I'm doing today. It is all up to God. It's all up to the soul. The soul decides. Done. So the moment I realized that and I let it go and said, you know what, I'm not going to try and manipulate the situation anymore. I'm just going to let it go. Everything got better. And that's the point. You can't fight this prison you're in. The harder you fight it, the more you'll find bars everywhere. The only way you can escape the prison you're in is for there to be no prison. How can there be no prison? When you surrender. When you say, this prison that is created by your ego is no more there because it's not in control. The soul is. You are your soul, and when you live from your soul, you realize that. You become the best version of yourself. You become unconditional love. You become hope and peace, and you share that with the world. So that is the important thing, not running and chasing. That cycle will continuously go on and on and on and on and on until you surrender and realize that you as an ego construct, you can't do anything. You can go and see psychics, psychiatrists, you can drink pills, you can escape and go and have sex with strange people. It will help nothing. It is not you that's in control of this. It's not your twin that's in control of this. It is your soul. So when you surrender, when your ego surrenders and it gives up and it waves the white flag and it gives over control to your soul, and you start living in the now, where you know that everything is through grace and mercy of God, that is when you find peace. And that is when I'm saying that again, that is when you find peace. You find peace in the stillness of God, in God's grace and mercy. That's the only space you can live in. And once you're there, then the chasing and running and all these things that is so rife within the twin flame relationship just stops. And it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if my twin comes back or not. I've accepted what is. If this is what the soul requires for ascension, and if I never see her again, so be it. Does it hurt? Yes. It hurts every day. Make no mistake, I'm not saying, look, the hurt stops and like that this is the person that you love most in your life ever. That will never stop. Whether you meet somebody else, whether you decide to pursue a relationship, it doesn't matter. You will never love anybody more than your twin. Except yourself at the end of the day, and your soul through God. You will never love anybody else. You will never ever be anybody like your twin in your life. Never, never. But through surrender, it's okay that they're not with you in the 3D, because they're with you in the soul. You are one being. And that's okay. And that should be where your hope is. So let it go. You don't need to do anything. Nothing that you do will make the running and chasing stop. Nothing. You have to stop doing and start being, and just surrender and just let it be, and accept whatever is, and accept the pain, and accept the loss, and accept the isolation. Whatever and wherever you are now, it's fine. Your soul put you there. It's fine. Just go with it. And that's my message for you today. Head on over to the website, twinflammissionsa.wordpress.com. There's a lot of resources for you guys. There's a lot more videos on the YouTube channel. I'm here for you. I'm a lighthouse for you to bring you this information, to help you through this very difficult journey that we're all on. And I'm wishing you a lot of love and light. Keep well. Bye.